This is the story of a wall. But not just any wall. This is the story of a heavenly wall. A large, long, sprawling, sturdy wall. Hexagonal in shape, the pride of the town. This is a nice wall. This is a very tall wall. This is a real show-stopping wall. This was the biggest pain in my arse that I have ever had the displeasure of dealing with. And this is the story of the worst idea I've ever had. So far this year anyway. Basically, I've had the grand idea of walling in the Civic District, just to contain it a bit more, as I do feel myself just placing builds down and spreading it further and further out. And my thinking is, with some walls around it, that gives us a set area to build the Civic District out to, so it doesn't bleed over into other potential districts we'll eventually establish. You know, trying to put some order into the colony in our usual disorderly fashion. I'll not bore you with too many details about the walls. We'll be using the Shogun City style of walls, mainly comprising of straight and diagonal pieces, and we're going to create a massive hexagon.
Technically, and the regular hexagon, as all its sides aren't equal.
I did originally want to make a giant circle shape, but I'm too much of an idiot and far too lazy to try shape squares and rectangles together to make a circle, so a big hex it is. I've already gone through the incredibly long, laborious process of creating the walls. I literally spent all day yesterday in a creative copy of this world, laying down every single wall piece, then contouring the shape of the wall to fit the ground around it. Then having to scan it all in, clean up all the loose bits. It was a really, really long, really boring process, but I have the result from it. Well, this is the southern part of it anyway. The schematic had to be placed into two separate parts as it was too big to save as just one full piece. So we'll need two builders making the southern and northern parts of it, and hopefully nothing gets screwed up in the process. Oh, this is going to be an absolute f***ing nightmare to set up. I already know it. But it all begins with the southern wall piece, of which we do need to get it into shape. I'm just using the auto clicker to kind of move this about here at the moment. And what we need to do is just get that diamond cube lining up with the one in the center. And that should be it in place. Before committing to it, I think we'll just go around and double check that that is the case. Seems to be so far. I do see some parts which we will need to come out and terraform over a bit, but that's no issue. And yes, we will have some gates which will lead you through into other parts of the colony eventually. Oh, my base. The obvious problem with the southern wall here, apart from how much it's lagging in my game, is that it is going to cut through the forester's hut, and I think the stonemason's hut over there as well. So I've already tasked the builders with coming out to remove those buildings. We'll resituate them at another point. That's why my game's also chugging a bit. The build tool is trying to load in level 5 schematics of all the other builds around. But I think as long as we do have this placed over the diamond block there, then we are good to go. And let's have a little look then at the materials we need for this. I do know there is a shitload of cobble deep slate required. You know, honestly, there's not that many different type of blocks required, just a lot of certain type of blocks obviously. 2,000 blocks of cobble deep slate just for one half of this wall. Holy crap. Right, let's get Anna doing that then, seeing as she's closest. I'm going to hold off on doing the northern wall at the moment, just until I see how much I've screwed up this southern piece. Yeah, things are going to get pretty messy over in heaven today, Blue, so I think for your own safety, you should maybe just stay over here in the comfort of our own base. I would hate for the builders to trap you within those walls, which I do know they would do in a heartbeat. So Anna has picked up the southern wall there, literally just says building, and we've got some materials on the list. Those are some odd materials on the list. There's Anna there. I have covered the entire area of the wall with placeholder blocks. Let me see if I can get those turned on here so we can have a look. Yeah, I couldn't get the placeholder blocks to show, but the entire wall segment is covered with them, so they shouldn't need to rip down or touch too much within the civic area here. If they do, then I have screwed something up and will need to fix it. Oh, my game is chugging quite a lot here today. I really get the feeling I've done something horrible. You know, I think maybe just for today, let's bring down the chunks a little bit. Yeah, 34 will probably do. Let's see if that lets things load in and run a little bit faster. Yeah, feels a bit better. Oh, and that's a lot better then. So this seems to maybe be the full list of items she's going to require for the wall then. Which, because we are removing the stonemason at the moment, we are maybe going to need to make up those blocks ourselves. Right, I didn't really think that part through. Fine. We doing okay there, Anna? I did see you were out there doing something, but now we're just standing about. Are you waiting on a delivery? She does seem to be waiting around on a courier delivering something to her, but I don't see anything on the open request list which would be telling me that. No tasks remaining within the warehouse. Right, okay. How can there be no tasks remaining if we have couriers already running about? Well, I reverted back to an earlier version of MineColonies there. I had updated it just before beginning recording today. And for a brief moment there, she did come out of her hut and do something. Now has returned, and she is still complaining about not having something here. What's going on with the couriers? Yeah, well, I have no idea what's going on now. She's just stood still. I've never broken a game this quickly before. Kinda proud, not gonna lie. Right, I tell you what then, let's try that all again, but we'll maybe get Promise doing it too. See if I can break 2 builders then. I didn't get the confirm message up there. Right, Promise, stop removing the forester's hut for now. We'll maybe get Brooks doing that. You go do something. Why is there a donkey coming out of the cookery? Do you know what? We've got enough to worry about here today. Right, let's try that one more time then. So this all looks good to me. Promise, I want you doing it. Okay, that's better. No idea why it didn't do it the first time around. So that should be now both Promise and Anna doing the... Anna's now no longer doing the decoration. Right. Okay, I don't think it works like that whenever it comes to placing down decorations. I'm pretty sure you can place down the same decoration over and over again and the builder will eventually pick it up. So why have you stopped doing that all of a sudden? This really isn't a very complicated... Well, I mean, it is a bit of a complicated build, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not that complicated. It's a long, big build certainly, but not enough to break things from the get-go. Right, Promise, let's see you actually do something. She is indeed doing something. Well, she's just flailing an axe around at the moment. I'm not really sure if that does constitute doing something useful. Again, we do have placeholder blocks in place, so she shouldn't need to touch anything around here. Are you chopping the trees from a distance? Is that what you're doing? Oh, she was actually. That one literally just disappeared. What the f are you doing trying to chop it down from over there? And also, just to save any hassle, I'll just get rid of that one there. Timber. So Promise seems to maybe be working then. Why wasn't Anna? And bloody typical. Right, let's get up here and break this. It could be that Anna's AI has just gotten a bit stuck in whatever it was doing, so what we'll maybe get her doing then is just continuing deconstructing the forester's hut here. Yep, she's picked that up, so we'll see if she does come out and actually do anything, or if she just wants to stand around today. I really don't know what she's doing. She's just running around swinging an axe and a shovel every so often. We are going like backwards and forwards, as she would do with this building style she has. I'm not quite sure what we are doing though. Oh, although because she now has started work on it, I should be able to get the builder's hammer up and actually see the schematic here. I should be able to come in and assist, I think. Or not. Those are not cobblestone bits. I need to wait until she's cleared the area. That doesn't really bode that well because she has already visited the area once. I should be able to just simply come in here and build away. Oh, and actually if I even put down a block, it's not putting it down, but it is removing it from my inventory. Ay, what have I gotten myself in for today? Well, there's Anna deconstructed the forester's hut. I think we'll just simply pick this up then before it causes any issues. Right, well, I do hear her removing some grass then, so that's good. That means that the wall should be here, so maybe if I come in and just help her clear out a bit. And excellent, there's the stonemason now also removed. I'll go over there and pick up the hut. Well, seeing as everything's going swimmingly so far, let's add a little bit more chaos into the mix and try get down the northern side wall. We'll get Brooks doing that for us, I think, seeing as I don't really trust Anna at the moment. Thank you, Brooks. That's a lot of construction tape around the place. Holy crap. And now Promise has a donkey on the postbox. Again, I'll just leave that to them. So you're not requesting anything in at the moment here. Are you getting deliveries or are we back stuck like Anna was? Still no tasks within the warehouse, which is never good. I don't think they go to individual courier tasks, do they? No, not by the looks of it. Oh, another courier hut which we'll need to build. Oh, well, there's one for Anna. But another day has begun and Promise is once again on the warpath, swinging that shovel rather precariously. I think this time she's going to go assault the farmer, who absolutely deserves it. They still aren't growing bell peppers. Man, it's not until I run along the length of these things that I realise just how big of a project this really is. This here as well is a gate that's going to lead you out towards the east, which will eventually become the agricultural district. And I'm hoping that... oh, that was a very quick upgrade. Well, there's one of the couriers. Yes, I was hoping the closer I got to the northern side here, then I should start to see the silhouette of the wall for it. Everything is looking alright. I think this is the intersecting parts. And Brooks is just standing around as well. Again, I think he's awaiting in on something. These decorations might be a bit too big for these idiots to handle. Although it is nice to see on the colony map that Promise is still running backwards and forwards here. Brooks, who is hidden at the moment, still isn't requesting anything over there. Right, well, I'm gonna go AFK for a bit and let some time pass. Maybe the builders will have made some progress once I return. That's Promise now finally requesting in some of those deep slate items, which means we must have cleared enough out for her to begin actually building. Shame we ripped down the stonemason. Deep slate should be no issue though. I think we should be growing loads of it. Yeah, over 10,000 essence. I think that might be enough. So she's wanting 321 deep slate brick stairs at the moment. But I know for a fact there will be a lot more than that that's required, nearly 900. So if I just quickly make up the 900 that she's going to require here, then that will save me doing so later. I miss the stonemason already. And now we're requesting in the cobble deep slate stairs alongside some of these panels. Again, no real issue there, we'll just simply make them up. Or more likely we are forced to make them up, seeing as no one else can do that for us. I think that's pretty much everything cobble deep slate and deep slate related then made and stored within the warehouse for her. We'll just keep an eye on the open request list to see if there's any stupid requests in. Expose copper paneling for these level 3 courier upgrades. I mean, it's important, but come on, Anna. I see that Promise has actually made a start on placing down some of these blocks then. So this is going to be the entranceway through into whatever district is over this way eventually. Forgot I had the hammer, which we could represent this a bit easier. So yep, that's coming in nicely. Oh, that's even better actually. There's some of the proper foundations of the wall now going in. And our placeholder blocks do seem to be doing their job. That saved a lot of clearing out hassle. Promise we doing okay? Probably. She's doing a lot of standing around here. This is Brooks, to be fair. The last I seen Brooks, he was out here still clearing away. This little area here in particular was a real pain in the arse to do. Just trying to contour the wall so that it fit in with the hill section we have, which then leads you right down into a big old cave system, which will fill up another time. Which also reminds me actually, the hole filler mod has been updated to 1.21, so we can now start filling holes. Recipes changed a little bit here, but nothing that we can't handle. Yep, just exactly what we're needing here, just as I'm trying to make these damn exposed copper molding panels for bloody Anne and this stupid upgrade. They could at least have waited until we got these walls up, just to put them to test. Right, Blue, we've got a job to do. And I see them all up ahead there. Grand. Right, Blue, let's... well, you go take them out. Then we can get back to these bloody walls. You know, this is quite a big raid actually. There's a lot of barbarians still remaining. Not after Blue gets her teeth into them though. Also quite nice to see all of our guards out here helping protect the colony and all that jazz. Okay, well, we've got 4 raiders left, soon to be free, and I see some of them have travelled further up the hill here just to be really nice and inconvenient. 1 lone ranger idiot left, and I think Blue has pretty much got them. Well done, pup. You sit back over here and just enjoy some steak. And you lot get back to making more walls. This is going to be so awkward the way they're building here at the moment. We're doing one side and then coming back over to do a little bit of this side. Then you guessed it, straight back over. A hell of a lot of wasted time there. We really need to get better building modes unlocked. Although we will need to upgrade the uni to level 3 first before we can unlock them. Speaking of uni actually, how is this wall going to interfere with them? If I recall in the schematics, it was pretty tight. Yes, that is incredibly tight actually. I hope we don't need to move the uni at all, but we will see whenever it comes to constructing this wall. Damn, that has just worked out pretty perfectly for us with it sitting amongst the 2 stone bricks there. That is less excitement about the walls and more excitement at the fact I haven't screwed something up so far. I think what we'll do down the line is maybe just install another little gate. Maybe where that wall is there actually. And there's a courier hut upgraded. And this gate will then let us pass through just to the outsides here, where I will maybe reinstall the forester at. Sounds like a plan. I will leave that till we get the wall up, I think. As for the stonemason, just because it is a bit of an awkward build, I really don't have an ideal place for it at the moment. Well, in saying it actually, maybe just placing it somewhere there could work. Close enough to the wall, but not enough to interact with it, and I think the wall base could maybe join up with it at some point. If we wanted to go down that route, of course, maybe just to kind of keep both wall bases together. Okay, I think even just for now, let's maybe re-establish this then, give Anna something to do. There's still plenty of stone related items here on the list, which I really can't be arsed making up for them, so I'd rather the colony be self-sufficient in that front. Yeah, let's get the stonemason back up, methinks. They've literally deconstructed the level 3 stonemason, which required all of these blocks to be installed into it, so how does the colony not have that in storage? Well, I mean, there are some blocks remaining here which really shouldn't be, but I don't see those smooth type blocks. Yes, actually, Brooks did a really shit job with removing all of the blocks that was in this. Oh, whatever, just give me some smooth stone, I'll make the blocks up. I've jumped ahead a little bit there, as I've basically just been AFK letting the builders get on with things. I did make them up some of the materials they're gonna need for the walls, stored them in the warehouse for when they need them. As for the rest of the materials though, I'm just gonna leave that up to the sawmill and newly rebuilt stonemason to make. Progress with the walls is slow and gradual. Mainly slow, like continental drift slow. So I'm just gonna go AFK once again, and we'll fast forward a little till either something exciting happens or till we're nearly done with the walls. I literally just let this run all night. I hunkered down in the town hall and just let time pass. And we're still only 60% done. Well, Brooks is 68% done at least. Couldn't even be 1% more. I did light the place up with torches and blocked off the gates to prevent mobs from getting in, which has worked. We've had 0 casualties. But damn, even I'm slightly surprised and majorly miffed that we aren't even close to being done yet. It's this travelling backwards and forwards stupidity which is taking up all the time. It's ridiculously inefficient, as 90% of the building time is just them running about. This bouncing doesn't help matters much either. Their cardio's sure on point though. Ugh, only myself to blame really. I knew this project would take a while, but holy crap, I was really expecting them to be pretty much done after a full night's work. Think I'll make up a new hammer and just go give them a hand. I'd like to get these walls up during my lifetime at least. Ooh, think I've just found another little problem actually. I don't think I've made any way to get up onto the walls. There are some stair decorations we can build to get up there. We'll maybe put those in after they finish up with the walls so that we don't screw anything further up. Right, back to work then. And thanks to mainly me, I think we're about to wrap up with the southern wall. I'm pretty sure I just seen Promise install the new guard towers here. Yes, indeed she did. Those alongside the construction tape here were the final items that we were requiring in. So we might need to wait a little bit here on her actually finishing it off just with that flag off thing. But we're looking really good so far. I believe that's another 2 hours that we can safely add into the build time now. I cannot wait for this project to be done. And Brooks has literally just wrapped up with the northern wall there as well. Oh, oh, excellent. Never have I been so happy to see a blank resource scroll. And it's looking really good as well. There was one thing that I noted about it though, and that was over this little hump here. Yep, if I remove the birch planks at the moment, birch slabs. Yeah, we've basically trapped a tree underneath this, so the foundations are basically being held up by some leaves at the moment. But that's alright, that's what the placeholder blocks are for. Oh, now I need to go down there for those slabs. And at some point as well, some point soon, I will need to come out and re-terraform the place a little bit. It's a bit messy outside, but that is definitely a job for another day. Yeah, definitely a little bit of terraforming and cleaning up required. Ah, that's absolutely fine. I did forget that I set Anna up with the level 3 upgrade to the uni. How is that going to affect the corner of the walls here? Yes, never great whenever I see the construction tape go up and onto the walls themselves. She might rip some of this down. We'll keep an eye on it. Not really sure what Promise is doing at the moment. She's apparently got 6 guard towers out of the 2 she needs. The 2 guard towers within the gatehouse that lead you out towards my eventual base seem to be installed correctly here. We can come in and, well, I thought we might be able to upgrade them. Maybe that's pretty much it. Or we need to wait until the decoration actually flags off. Again, we'll keep an eye on that. There should be guard towers within the other 2 gates here as well, so once we eventually get down to them, we will see if they have been installed correctly. I think they have been. Oh man, we need to travel all the way over to the opposite side now just to check them. We definitely need some stairwells leading us up onto the wall and back down onto the ground. This will take forever going from one side to the other if we don't. And it's not as if the views around the place are particularly interesting either. Well, not unless we stop and actually have a little look outside. Then things comes together just a little bit nicer. But we've made it to the other side then, and indeed we have the guard towers here. Same story, so I think we're looking really good actually. Don't know what to make of this, but it's fine. If it really comes to it, we'll just simply slap down another one of these arch gateways in its place and just override things in case my decorations have broken anything. Oh man, this is taking far too long just to get to this point here, but I'm actually really satisfied with it. Let's go grab blue, and I think we'll maybe call it there. Also, just broke the gate. Even better. Oh, indeed, even better, another huge bloody barbarian raid. Well, the civic district is now walled in and feeling a lot more contained. There's still loads of space for us to grow and expand out towards the new walls. Plenty of room for more housing and decoration. But this was certainly the foundation heaven required in order for us to start properly planning out its different districts. Plus, it's going to make us super defended as well. Raiders will eventually have a much tougher time getting into town once we get some gates established. But that's enough for this episode, methinks. I really need to give my PC a much deserved rest. Those fans have been putting in some serious overtime. So till next time.